Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do our monthly Airbnb tour and cost of living for our full month in Krakow, Poland. All right, so here we are.
Welcome to Krakow. Okay, so this has been our lovely unit that we've had for the month. We did get a 2-bedroom unit this time because we had my son coming, and then we ended up having a friend coming over Christmas as well. So it was nice to have the 2-bedroom unit. So of course we'll take you right first thing to the kitchen, because this is where I like to have enough space to cook, especially when we're in a place for a month. I like to have an oven, which we had here, induction cooktop. There was sufficient pans and pots to cook with, and lots of utensils. There's lots here. We've got a full set of drawers. We did go and purchase the knife from IKEA, and the host was nice enough to refund us for that, because we also arrived and it was advertised that we had a coffee press or coffee maker, and there was nothing in the unit, and we can't do instant coffee. So Mitch ran to IKEA, and the host was awesome because he did refund us for both of these. The only knife that came in the unit was this little guy and a bread knife. So yeah, we bought this nice IKEA sharp new knife, which obviously has to stay here because we can't travel with it, and yeah, nicely refunded. So otherwise, lots of utensils, and then we also have pot holders and lots more. This is particularly important in Poland because for the dumplings, you want to get them out of the steamy water. So yeah, we were well equipped there. Sink is really nice and deep, and we love this cool faucet. We've never seen anything like it. And we had a microwave as well. Nice big fridge that is just part of the cabinetry. And we also had lots of plates, bowls, etc. to work with. What else was in this kitchen? We had a cutting board. So it was well equipped. We had this little bar with a bar stool. We didn't really use that, but yeah, overall quite satisfied with the kitchen in this place. Also very happy with the cozy, warm living space. We've mentioned before, a carpet. It's so nice, especially because we are here in December and January. So having a nice warm carpet has been particularly nice. And these floors are like a wood look laminate, so they're not that cold ceramic. So that's been nicer just for the warmth on our feet as well. Love a nice L-shaped sectional. So this has been a really nice comfy couch for watching the nice big smart TV. It was a smart TV, so we had our Netflix, Disney Plus, YouTube, all of the things. We can keep all of our gadgets below here, so this was a nice addition on the TV stand. And of course, a huge nice table, which was great because, like I said, we did have some guests this month, so it wasn't just the 2 of us. Lots of room for 4 people. And also we use this obviously as a work area. This is where we will do our editing, planning, booking, all of that good stuff on the computer. And we are facing east here, so we do get a little bit of morning sun, but being the winter, we did have the buildings blocking that, but both of these doors open up, and there's a patio out here, so in the summer, it would be good for enjoying that. Would like to point out though, there is no central air. There's no air conditioning in this unit, so might get a bit warm in the summer, but you can pop out here just to see the complex we're in. It's raining out. I guess that's better than snow. We are January now in Poland, so very lovely modern complex. It's gated, there's security, so it's been a really nice residential quiet spot to stay for the month. But yeah, this would be a great patio in the summer, covered so we're not getting rained on. So nice spot, and this is only one of 2 patios. So I am going to let Mitch show you our bedroom and bathrooms.
All right, 3 more rooms. So we got the bathroom, and like Jan said, it was a 2-bedroom. So we'll start with the bathroom. The door swings out, so let's go like this. And very nice bathroom. If you've been following so long, our bathroom in Saranda, we had a couple issues with the shower. This shower is a beautiful, beautiful rainfall shower head. Very nice shower. We have our washer, which is fantastic. They did provide us with a drying rack as well, so that was great. Just a nice sink, a lot of storage. Yeah, all in all, it's been great. This is the heating in here, which also doubles as a towel rack, which is fantastic, which we've used a lot. Yeah, so all in all, great bathroom.
Lots of storage over there too.
Yeah,
for
plenty
all
of storage.
Stuff and,
Yeah, it's been good. All right, so this is the 2nd bedroom. So both bedrooms are very nice size. Very big window in here, letting in as much light that comes in Poland in the winter, which is not the most because the sun doesn't make it that far up in the sky. But very nice queen size bed, bedside tables, bedside lamps, which are things that we do appreciate, and huge closets here, which is great. However, in the master bedroom, there is no closet. So anyway, so plenty of storage for linens, clothes, all of that kind of stuff, and does come with a nice little 4-drawer dresser, which is fantastic.
Now, people do always ask us about the water pressure that we didn't mention.
Okay, so
in the
probably
bathroom.
the best water pressure we've ever had. And the water actually reminds us of well water because we had a country property, we had a well, and we loved the well water. The quality is fantastic, and probably the same here. It's probably not well water, but it does taste like well water.
It's cold.
It's cold, like very cold, and so much water pressure that you actually, if you're filling up your water glass, you actually have to throttle it down because it's gonna spew all over the place.
Same in the shower. I was turning the shower down so it wasn't pelting on my head.
Yeah,
so.
it's a good problem to have.
Yes.
All right. So last but not least.
And unlimited hot water because we're in a modern building.
Exactly, yes. So here is the master bedroom. So again, like I said, no closet. However, a nice little dresser over here. Plenty of room for all of our clothes. And if you guys have been following along, we're carry-on only, so we don't take up a lot of room. Again, very nice, comfy queen-size bed. Like we've slept really, really well here all month. Bedside tables, bedside lamps, and plenty of windows, and a nice door going out to the 2nd balcony. And this one's actually bigger than the other one. It sort of wraps right around. So if this was a summer and it was nice and warm out, we would have enjoyed that, but we really haven't enjoyed it at all.
And in case you're wondering, all of these big giant windows do have built-in blinds, so we're not waking up when the sun comes up. We have lots of privacy as well.
Exactly.
And the bed, I would say, sort of like the comfort of like maybe like an Endy or something, you know, it kind of has that feeling of a bit of a foam / mattress. So decent for sure, one of the better ones that we've had.
Yeah, no, exactly. So it's been a really good month. This has been a great apartment. We will link the apartment below. If you have any questions, just reach out.
Yeah, not the cheapest, but if you stay tuned, of course, after this, that's when we always do our cost of living. So you can find out exactly how much we paid for this unit for 1 whole month here in Krakow, Poland.
Okay, so we hope you enjoyed our Airbnb tour for our 28 days in Krakow, Poland. And now we're gonna talk about how much money we spent and talk about our budget for our stay in Krakow. And we're going to start off with our number 1 line item, which is our accommodations. So we did get a bigger apartment this month because Janet's son Devin was coming to visit. So we got a 2-bedroom apartment, so it did cost a little bit more. And also we realized that our accommodation costs in Krakow, Poland were slightly higher than we've normally been paying. So we spent a total of 3,054 Canadian dollars for 28 days in Krakow, Poland.
And just to explain too where we were, we didn't stay right in the old town or in the Jewish quarter. We were about 2.5 kilometers outside of those sort of touristy places. And probably if we were to do it again, or if we were to give you any recommendations, we would say that was a bit far.
Yeah.
You know, we thought not a big deal when we're staying a month and we do like getting our walks in, but it sort of just became, it started to feel like we were quite removed.
Yeah.
From that area. We could have probably gotten better at taking public transit. But even looking at the public transit times, like it still would have taken us half an hour to get there on public transit. So yeah, we would probably say stay a little bit closer, you know, get within that kilometer maybe radius of
for sure.
Old Town Jewish Quarter. And I don't know that the accommodations we saw there were that much more. We just found this place and really liked the look of it. But yeah, so that would be our hot tip for Krakow. Stay a little closer than we did. But our second line item this month, it's not normally our number 2 most expensive, but it was entertainment because we did a lot.
Normally entertainment is really close to the bottom, but I think we hit 4 big excursions, right?
We did. So we did Zakopane, and if you haven't seen that video, we did have an amazing day trip there. So definitely check that video out. We also went to Auschwitz. What else did we do?
We had a food tour.
Oh, yes.
And then the salt mines.
Right.
Which I didn't get to go to the salt mines. I was not maybe feeling the greatest. So Jan and her son Devin went to the salt mines.
Yeah, so we did do that. Is definitely way more organized excursions than we normally do, and most of them also involved transportation to these places. So if you were getting your way to these places on your own or using public transit, you would save some money definitely that way. But
for sure,
we were just sort of all in, I guess, on the entertainment in Poland.
Yeah.
So our total cost for entertainment was 928 Canadian dollars.
Ouch, ouch. But we had fun.
Yeah.
And that's what counts.
Yep.
Okay, so our number 3 line item is eating and drinking out. So we spent a total of 750 Canadian dollars for eating and drinking out. We were there over the holidays. We did go out Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, so we might have spent maybe a little bit more there, kind of thing. You know, however, we indulged in the Polish cuisine, and if you haven't seen our food tour, I would definitely suggest to watch it because it was really good, and we loved the Polish, I call it like comfort food because it was just so good and everything was so hearty. So we loved all of the food there.
Especially being there in the winter, that hearty, warm food was so delightful. And it's actually quite affordable. Like we did eat out a lot, but actually we did find it. It was, I mean, even in the touristy areas, it was still like reasonable. And if you got outside of that, or at the milk bars, you could really find some affordable street food and other food there. And
also included in that, we were there over Christmas, so we did indulge in the Christmas market in Krakow, which was absolutely fantastic. So we did have all of the great food stall foods there, and we did indulge in the glühwein because we love ourselves some hot wine.
And those prices were definitely more the Christmas market prices. And we did go there quite a few nights. It was just a fun atmosphere, and chimney cakes and glühwein. So definitely a little higher. So don't let that fool you because in Poland it is actually a fairly affordable place to be eating out. Anyway, the next line item is groceries. So our groceries this month came to a total of 581 Canadian dollars. Now, we actually found the groceries were quite reasonable. Slightly cheaper, I would say, than Canadian grocery cost for sure. Protein, eggs, all just slightly cheaper than you would find in Canada. And then your fruits and vegetables, I mean carrots and potatoes and the broccoli. Again, I actually really like when you are in Europe, everywhere it seems, you weigh everything. So where in Canada we would buy a head of broccoli for $3.99 or $4.99, and you're kind of searching around for the biggest head of broccoli. Everything is done by weight here. So you are grabbing that head of broccoli and it's getting weighed, and you're paying by the weight, and it's significantly cheaper
For sure.
For the veggies and stuff. But again, being in a colder place and we're used to, like, coming from Albania, like your mandarins, those more tropical sort of fruits, were more like buying your fruits in the winter in Canada. Not quite as available and coming from other parts of the world.
They didn't taste quite the same. They weren't quite as fresh.
Yeah. So, I mean, much like Canada would be in the winter.
Exactly.
So coming from other parts of Europe. But so groceries, again, not terrible, but also maybe a little less on the grocery bill because of the eating out, but then also balanced out because we did have my son there for a week.
Yeah.
And, he's over 6 feet tall and he's a boy, so he probably eats more than us. Anyway, I digress. Next.
All right, so our next item is our travel insurance. So we spent a total of $352 on our travel insurance, and that's just something that we need to have to protect ourselves for any, emergencies.
Yep. So next is the miscellaneous category, and in Krakow we spent a total of $178. That was maybe a bit higher this month too, but mainly because we decided we needed gym passes.
Yeah, so we got 2 passes to the gym for the month, and it was like $90 in total, which we thought was quite affordable, and the gym was literally 3 minutes from our house, and it was a beautiful, beautiful gym.
Yeah, it was a great gym. We just thought because it was a little cooler in Poland and maybe we weren't going to get out for all those big walks, and we were eating lots of pierogi, and all that hearty food and delicious bread and soups, that we should probably get a gym membership. And I think the other thing in there was your haircut.
Correct.
Which I don't remember how much that was.
It was actually one of my most expensive haircuts abroad. I think it was like 36 Canadian dollars, I think.
Okay.
So.
And
we had some toques and mitts.
Yeah, we had to sort of get the clothes to suit the weather. So we did invest. Mitch had to buy a toque, our hat, and we both bought some gloves.
Yeah.
And we had brought our scarves with us and our coats, and we were good, and we got away with just our shoes and didn't have to buy boots. But so a little bit of cost there, which we then just happily donated on our last day there.
All right, so our next one is transportation. So we spent a total of $167 in transportation, and that was mainly taxis and Ubers. So when we arrived in Krakow, we arrived like at 1 o'clock in the morning, and there was a taxi parked right in front of the airport, and he took us right to our Airbnb. However, that was a little over $75 for that taxi. We quickly realized after that Ubers are like maybe a third of the price, so then we used Ubers for anything else that we had to do.
And Ubers really, we normally use them. I think we were tired and we weren't really thinking, and we just took that taxi to get us to our Airbnb because of the time of night it was. But then we did go and we dropped Devin off at the airport, and we decided we were going to take the public transportation back. And the train was
great.
Amazing. And I forget how much it cost, but significantly cheaper and super fast. Like, it was definitely as fast as like the Uber would have been, that took us to the city center, the Galleria Krakowski, which would have been where we could transfer to another bit of public transport, but we just walked from there because it wasn't that far. So definitely, if you're arriving at the airport, there is that main train that gets you to the city center, and there's a lot of public transport options after that. Like, they have trains, trams, buses. They do seem to have a really excellent public transport system. So you could definitely do better than us in the transportation costs by taking that public transit, or even just using an Uber, because that taxi was half the cost of our transportation.
Right.
So that breaks that down a bit.
Exactly.
And then the last thing we have is our cell phones. So we got an eSIM for both of our phones when we were in Krakow, and that was 56 Canadian dollars for both of us. Was that where you got a bigger plan than me?
I did.
Mitch
However,
peruses the internet more than I do. When
well,
we're
no,
out.
I typically use more data than Jan, but Jan is very good at connecting to Wi-Fi when we're at restaurants and when we're out and all that kind of stuff. So I've changed, and we now purchase the small plans, and that's working out great. But that $56 does also include our Text Now phone numbers that we have for Canada. And if you're not sure what we talked about, we'll link the video down below where we cover all of that. But that's $56 for both eSIMs and both Text Now numbers that we keep.
Yeah, so it's pretty good. So that's so about $20 of that is our Canadian phones.
Yeah.
So just the SIM cards for Krakow, about $36 for one slightly bigger plan.
Exactly.
Plan than
But
the
that's
other.
a last month, Jan. We have the same plan now.
So our grand total in Krakow, this was a big month. It wasn't an expensive month. We kind of knew it would be. We knew right off the bat because of that much larger accommodation cost that usually sets the stage. We also know because it's around the holidays that we tend to go out more and we're a little more loose, and with the Christmas market. So there were definitely some reasons, which is why we like to break this down, because someone going to Krakow could look at that and say, well,
That was a lot of money.
these things. And another thing I'd like to just go back and mention about entertainment. Krakow does actually have a lot of free things that you can do. Now, a few of these things, because we were there in the winter and the off season, were not open or available. For example, climbing the clock tower doesn't seem to be something that they open in the wintertime, which probably steep stairs, slippery,
probably
snowy.
a good thing.
Yeah.
Probably a good thing.
But there's a lot if you're going. We did do our video on things to do, so you could also go and watch that, because we do mention all the hot tips of things that are free to do on Monday and things that are free to do on Tuesday. And a lot of those you do have to book in advance, so if you're coming, be prepared. But there's some great things on that list.
Yeah, absolutely.
That can entertain you for free. But saying all that, we'll get back to our grand total, which for the 28 days in Krakow was a total of 6,066 Canadian dollars. But luckily, we had a very affordable month in Saranda, Albania. The month before. We knew that, so it sort of balances out because that was over the budget that we like to have. But we had a great time in Krakow, and definitely going to head back to Poland.
Oh, for sure. Maybe
when it's warmer.
Yeah, maybe not in the winter time. There's definitely parts of Poland that we're definitely getting back to, but maybe like we enjoy the off season, so probably September or October.
Yeah, some spring or some
early
fall
spring.
action, because Poland was beautiful and the people were awesome. And
Yeah,
anyway,
for sure.
so much. So if you haven't seen our other videos of Poland, do go check them out, because we did have a lot of fun there, and there's a lot to do. And until next time, cheers.
Cheers.